Protesting for peace in support of Palestinian Arabs is understandable. Protesting for the creation of a Palestinian Arab state alongside Israel is understandable. Protesting for a one-state solution, perhaps a confederacy implemented through peace, not terror, war, and violence, from the river to the sea, and Israel-Palestine or Palestine-Israel is understandable. This would be where Arab and Jew share the small piece of land in a free democracy, not a religious theocracy, with equal rights for all, including voting rights. At this point in time, this can only be a far and distant dream, unfortunately. Protesting for what Hamas wants and is implementing, slaughtering Jews, is not understandable. It's not acceptable. It's sheer evil. Unfortunately, there are many that are only interested in the Palestinian cause for no other reason than out of hatred for Jews and Israel. It is one reason that there is little to no media coverage and there is little to no concern for the millions, not just thousands, of defenseless civilians being slaughtered and raped in the wars in Yemen, the genocide against black Muslims in Darfur by Arab militias in the Sudan region, the wars in Somalia, Central African Republic, Syria, the Congo region, Ethiopia, Myanmar, and elsewhere. What is not understandable, what is inexcusable, are the many, from lay people to highly trained professionals, that justify and excuse the Hamas and Islamic Jihad deliberate attacks against defenseless Israeli civilians for no other reason than that they are Jews. Attacks in which Hamas and Islamic Jihad murdered over 1,000 civilians, kidnapped hundreds, from babies to old women in their 80s and 90s. Attacks in which defenseless women were raped, sodomized, and abused, and where even babies and children were murdered in cold blood, including by beheadings. After committing these crimes against defenseless civilians, Hamas and the Islamic Jihad retreated to Gaza to hide behind the civilian population, wanting Israel to attack so that civilians die in order for Hamas and Islamic Jihad to win propaganda against Israel. There are those that shamefully give an unchallenged voice to those that defend atrocities, rape, murder, torture, kidnappings, and beheadings by Hamas and Islamic Jihad against defenseless civilians, including babies, old women in their 90s, for no other reason than that they are Jews. This unchallenged voice, is being provided by many of the so-called progressive media outlets and others. There is not now, there is never a defense, a justification, an excuse for those that commit atrocities, using past or present injustices and grievances, real or not, to defend atrocities, rape, torture, kidnapping, murdering fellow humans in cold blood, including beheading babies, children, and defenseless adults, is never justified. It is never to be explained, never to be justified, and must never and cannot ever be explained away. These atrocities, these acts by Hamas and Islamic Jihad and others that purposely and deliberately attack and murder Jews and rape and kidnap defenseless civilians. None of this should and must never be excused and explained away, despite the best effort by many to do so.